What's good, everybody? RJ Sheldon here, Off the Top Show, episode 98. Got my good brother Tony Lippett, Mr. Speak On It podcast himself. Brother, what's going on?
What's the wizard?
Absolutely. You already know what it is. We just doing what we're doing, being podcasters, I guess. But no, make sure you like and subscribe. Obviously, this channel here, Off the Top Show, all platforms. Obviously, with my good brother Lip here, has a Speak On It podcast, has dropped some fire episodes this week, during this week. So go check that out as well at Speak On It podcast. You'll see it obviously on the bottom and when we post and everything to see that. But let's hop right into it. If you're first joining here, we kind of been doing this, tag team in this again, talking about sports and all that good stuff from an NFL standpoint, NBA. But now we are kind of diving laser focus into talking specific teams. Him being a Detroit native, we do talk about these Detroit Lions. They did play last week. They got the dub at the crib, 31-23 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jared Goff played unreal, 30 of 43 from the field, 287 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs basically sealed the deal to me in my eyes. I think it was like a second half run that was electric, and he's an electric player. We've been talking very highly about him this whole season. He had 9 carries for 74 yards, 1 touchdown. And then St. Brown just doing what he does, 8 receptions for 77 yards and 1 touchdown. And defense got them key stops that we talked about last week to go ahead and seal ball game, pick at the end. That's how you want to go out to go ahead and win a ball game, to put it in your own hands to make a play. And that's what you guys did. I was pulling for the Lions. Obviously, we all know the Packers lost, which was sickening. But we have an NFC North team that's going to go ahead and represent, the NFC division in the championship round. Talk to me about your Detroit Lions, man.
Obviously, man, we got the dub. 2 games at home. Hasn't been that in a long time. 2 playoff wins. They said the last time they did that in one playoff series, 2 playoff wins, that was over 50 years. So we're just stacking them up, man. Get another win on Sunday, man. I think the Lions, I think they said the Detroit Lions are the only team in NFL history to not go to a Super Bowl. Or it's either like them and one more other team.
Right.
Something like that. So I love what I've seen from them. I mean, it was kind of like a little muddy game, but they got the W. Run game was there. Pass game was there. Laporta stepped up. St. Brown stepped up. Like you said, Gibbs stepped up. Montgomery was used in this game a little bit, but he wasn't used as much. He had 10 carries for 33 yards. And he's just like I said, he's always like the thunder. He's the thunder that's gonna like break down the defense, have these runs where he break down the defense. And then Gibbs is gonna be the one to run past everybody, just like he did on that run. He got through the hole, and then it was him and Dante Whitner Jr. at safety, and it was like and we get to the sideline and we gone. So that run that Aaron Jones had versus the 53-yard run.
Mm-hmm.
If Jahmyr Gibbs run that, that's going for 90 yards. He ain't getting caught. That's going to the crib.
He was so tired. He was so tired. He was tired at the end of that. I'm like, why you ain't taking that to the crib? Like,
yeah,
what's going on?
Gibbs taking that to the crib. So
absolutely.
Like I said, I think defense made plays in spurts when they need to make plays. CJ Gardner-Johnson back there, he brings a high level energy to the game. Obviously, he was in the Super Bowl last year, so this would be dope if he's able to go to back-to-back Super Bowls with 2 teams. Brian Branch, rookie from Alabama, I always knew he was going to be great for that defense, but I think he has outplayed what people thought he was going to, the impact he was going to have. Been pretty dope, man. It brings some stability back to that defense with Gardner Johnson. So I like what I'm seeing from the Lions, man. It was a great win versus a team that was hot this year. They had their moments when they was hot. Baker Mayfield was hot, and they shut it all down. So they beat them twice this year. They played them twice, beat them in Tampa Bay, and they came back and beat them at the crib. So, like I said, I love what I've seen from the Lions, and it's going to be a big week for them. Looking forward
No,
to a great match this weekend.
absolutely. And let's just go ahead and roll right into that game. And then obviously we'll talk about the other games I've played as well. 49ers, right? Now we got the 49ers in front of us here. If you want my honest opinion, I think the Packers kind of showed you the blueprint on what to do to go ahead and attack this team. And in my opinion, I feel right now for the Lions, to kind of put the hand in hand with the Packers, run the ball. If you can go ahead and establish that, go ahead and keep McCaffrey tamed, go ahead and make plays just when they present themselves, I think you'll have a good opportunity to go ahead and win this game. But I think the biggest thing for the Lions, too, maybe one of the keys, and I said it earlier, just to reiterate it, run the football. You see what we did. Aaron Jones had 10 carries for 100-some yards. Like, that is going to always be, and I feel, with the Lions, they're going to always continue to go ahead and run the football. But it has to be a major emphasis. You got to wear that defense out. Even with what we did in keeping Purdy in the pocket, we didn't give up a deep ball. We let him go ahead and keep everything in front of us, right? No big plays. Obviously, Deebo Samuel's going to be out. That's one of their big play guys. So if he's out and not playing, that's going to only go ahead and give you a slight chance to go ahead and possibly come out top and go to Las Vegas. So talk to me about this game and what you're expecting and what you're seeing. And obviously going to be realistic on here as well. But I like the Lions in this one. I don't care what anyone says. I like the Lions going into this game. If they come out and play and do what they need to do, the Packers have shown that the Packers were winning the whole time until we missed the field goal. They were up in the fourth quarter on this team the entire time they were playing. So talk to me about this game right here for from a Detroit Lions standpoint and what needs to happen for them to go ahead and get to Super Bowl.
I have two X factors in this game for the Lions that I feel like they need to put their imprints on this game, and because it'll help the whole team as well as the offense. But there's one player that I feel like if he's able to go out there and put the team on his back and make winning plays and actually lead them to a win, this can change how we look at him, how he's judged, how he's talked about, the conversations he's in. I think if he does what he needs to do and end up winning this game, it will change how we talk about him. And that is Jared Goff. It'll change everything how we look at Jared Goff if he's able to go into San Francisco and win this game. He has familiarity beating San Francisco. He played for the Rams in the same division as them. He played against them twice a year for his entire career up until he got to the Lions. So he's very familiar with going into that arena and winning if he won. Because Sean McVay always had Kyle Shanahan's number, and he was Sean McVay's quarterback. So he knows how to beat this team. And if he's able to go out there and win and put the team on his back and make the throws that need to be made, make some game-changing plays, make multiple game-changing plays, be able to answer, when Purdy and that offense score, because that offense is going to score. If he's able to come back and score right after they score, and make big plays, make winning plays after they have a long drive, or the energy in the stadium gets loud, and after they just scored or something like that, and the fans get back into it. If he's able to shut them up by scoring points, it will change how he's viewed. It will change the conversations he's in, and I think he needs that more than ever. It'll change his legacy. But the two X factors that I say in this game, and I say two because I think both of them are very pivotal. And you spoke on one of them already when you said the running game, and I would say that's David Montgomery. This is a David Montgomery game. This is a game where you need him to run the ball. He had like an 80-yard run this year, if I'm not mistaken. So he has the speed to go the distance as well. But he also has the power to run the rock as well, too. And I think he's going to be pivotal for this defense because we've seen teams be able to run the ball on the Ravens. Not the Ravens, I'm tripping, the 49ers. We've seen the Ravens be able to run the ball on them. We just seen last week Aaron Jones in the playoff game able to run the ball on him in the first half and the second half. That long run was in the second half.
Yeah.
So I think Gibbs is going to do what Gibbs do. But I think David Montgomery is going to be the guy that can wear that defense down. And this is another dude that can change the trajectory of how he's viewed on the Lions team and in the NFL. I think this can be his breakout moment. He had a couple early catches last game, and he's had some plays this year where it's like, oh, he's probably gonna make the play. We're gonna wait. And that's Jameson Williams, the wide receiver. He has the speed that can stretch this whole offense, take them into another level. And Jared Goff can throw the deep ball. So he is a guy that can take the top off the defense. He is a guy that can command, like, hey, you're not going to be able to guard me one-on-one. Y'all going to have to keep them two safeties back there at all times. So if he's able to do his thing and David Montgomery is able to do their thing and they working together, because you got two safeties back there, that means there's less people in the box. And that's going to work for the running game. If they're able to do what they do, because this 49ers team is vulnerable.
Hello.
They're vulnerable. They won last week off a last-second drive to a 7 seed. Nothing against the Packers, and we know where they're going to go, but they were still a 7 seed, and they barely made the playoffs. And they was literally one drive away from winning the game. And I think the Lions are better than the Packers. So those are what I'm looking for this game. I would say on the 49ers hand, I think their game plan is gonna, especially if Deebo Samuel play, I think that'll be a big hit to this team if he don't play. If he don't play, even if he does play though, he's a physical wide receiver.
He's not gonna be 100 if he's playing. No way.
Yeah. Like, he's a physical guy. So he's not shying away from any contact. He's a guy that thrives off contact. So he's gonna get tackled. He ain't falling down. Like, if he gonna be catching the ball and falling down, like, it ain't gonna be the same impact as we know Deebo Samuel. So if he's not able to play, that's gonna be a big loss. Even if he's able to play, I'm still gonna hit him. I'm hitting him on that shoulder. I don't care, because we're gonna hit the shoulder anyway. You feel me?
Right.
Like, you're gonna hit the ground. I'm making you hit the ground.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot for Purdy and them to win, but I can see them winning. But will they win without Deebo Samuel? That's the question we all need to answer.
Yeah, no, and 100% with that. I think, the big thing when I just look at everything from just a Lions standpoint is just you got to capitalize on your opportunities, right? When defense, if that ball is tipped in the air, you got to come down with it. If it's one-on-one,
it will be.
Yes, and it's going to be. Like, it's going to be.
He's going to have some throws, bro.
Yes.
I was watching every single play last week. He had about 10 to 12 throws where it was like, bro, are you closing your eyes and just throwing the damn ball?
For real, yes.
I ain't never seen no quarterback, especially a potential MVP quarterback this year, just throw the ball in some areas where it's just like you just floating over the middle. You just throwing the ball anywhere. It's like, if he do that this week, the Lions have to capitalize. That's what you're saying.
Have to. It's so important because literally when I just think about just a perfect game if I'm a coach, right, to sit and watch a whole game right, 2 days or 3 days after the fact, that game right there shows me, okay, we go ahead and we let that man Purdy go ahead and throw the ball 15 yards and gang tackle, keep everything in front of you. Because clearly what we basically disguise is we'll go ahead, the Packers did, keep everything in front of us, take the deep ball away. Even if they try to have a big play, tackle the man immediately. Gang tackle. Guys get to the ball. Guys cannot take plays off. D-line going to have to go ahead and be very active. We didn't have a great D-line the Packers did this past year. We played San Francisco. We were getting to the quarterback. Even though they had Williams in there, we were getting to the quarterback. So I think the big thing, just capitalize on opportunities. When it's third down, get there, get to the quarterback. That ball's in the air, which you said it will be. Make plays on the ball. And obviously on offense as well, guys are going to have to step up. You're going to have to go ahead and take it up another notch now. This isn't no wild card. No, this is for real. This is to where you're going to go ahead and get your life changed forever. So now you got to go ahead and make those plays to go ahead and do that. So I'm excited for this game. If you want my honest, I already had my honest opinion. Told you I got the Lions winning this one in a tight one. I think they're going to punch it to go ahead and go to the Super Bowl this year.
I would love for that to happen. And another thing is, Purdy, this is his like first real NFC championship as well. Remember, he got knocked out of the game last week last year in the first quarter, basically.
Yep.
He was knocked out, so he didn't finish the game. We don't know what he looked like. We don't know what he's gonna look like in this game.
Right.
We've seen what he looked like last week. So we know Jared Goff has been to the Super Bowl already. We've seen him look good, and you feel me? We've seen him look good. So just something to think about. Just another.
Yep. There's another thing, but I want to highlight Jared Goff though before we go because he had an unreal regular season. I talked about Jordan Love a little bit too with my boy James. 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, rating 97.9. That is a very steady quarterback play, if you want my honest opinion. I think us going into this, I've said that he was going to be a guy who's going to throw for over 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, less interceptions. Clearly did that. Come on. I'm excited. Like, Lions need to just make it happen. Like, you got the players, you got the lineup, you got guys on offense and defense. Make it work. Like, I just don't know what more I can say because the Packers just showing you what it was. And we were a 7th seed, almost beating the 49ers at their crib. If we kick a field goal going to overtime, it's a whole different ball game. Or if we kick the field goal, a whole defense, we win. For real. So it's like, this is like, come out, guns blazing, take the ball, run the ball. Like you said, I think Williams is going to be, and I like how you said, I think Williams is going to be extremely key in this. Obviously Brown as well, but him more due to taking the top off because the safeties are not that fast, and that boy Williams will run by them. Easy.
And he's going to have a chance. Like, he's a big play guy. He's fast. Like, let him catch a ball in the first quarter where it's over their shoulders and he catch a 40-yard bomb or something. The 49ers defense of the staff, whatever, they're going to start to raise their little eyebrow because if he does that, it just helps Josh Reynolds. I didn't even bring up Sam Laporta. I didn't even bring him up. Sam Laporta, Amon St. Brown, like Gibbs out the backfield. Like, it's just going to open up this entire offense to another level that they haven't been to. Now, they offense is pretty good. Their offense is pretty good. But if he's able to do something like that, I would love to see for the Lions in the championship. I would love to see him in the Super Bowl. It just feel like it's just what it is.
It don't make
bro.
sense. Yeah.
It just makes sense, bro. It's just like, you want to talk about blue collar, tough cities, representation of America.
Come on,
Detroit
man.
is Detroit is where it's at, bro. Like,
Dallas, go ahead and take a back seat because the Detroit Lions are now America's team. I'm saying that now.
We got the best teams in NFC. We got the best two teams in AFC.
Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and move on. Obviously, there was other games as well. We can talk about them briefly, but you can stop me at any time if you want to go and highlight them. Obviously, Texans versus Ravens. Ravens won that 134-10. Obviously, we all know Lamar, MVP, should win easy. Took that game upon himself to win. He's playing unreal right now, and we've talked about on this podcast multiple times that he's the most electric player on that field at any given time. Whatever time's playing, he is must-see TV. And obviously, we already talked about the Packers. Lost that one 24-21. Lions obviously won. But let's talk about this Kansas City Chiefs-Bills game. We obviously had a little chat before the game. Granted, Josh Allen played extremely well. Very well. He still came up short against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. This dude 15, bro, and this Kansas City Chiefs, we might as well just go ahead and get used to them being in the championship every year. And what's even crazier, we talked about this. Patrick Mahomes ain't got nobody at the wide receiver core. He really has no offense for real. None, except Kelsey and Andy Reid and Pacheco. He is right now, and I think you agree with me on this, he is the best quarterback right now in the NFL.
Yeah.
Point blank period.
Yeah.
Point blank period. So talk to me about this game a little bit, just a quick overrun of it, or however you want to go ahead and look at this. But It's like, dude, you cannot bet against Patrick Mahomes. And if you're a Bills fan, you might as well get used to it, to be honest. Because this game right here just basically solidified that you will never beat the Chiefs, ever. I don't care if it was the field goal that missed wide left or right or whichever way it went. Stephon Diggs dropping the ball. You can go ahead and talk about that. There was a lot of things that made me like, oh, shit. If I was a Bills fan, I would have been crying exactly like that guy was, getting hypothermia with his shirt off, with the beanie over his face. Like, this can't not be happening again. So talk to me about this game.
Hey, we might be looking at another Phillip Rivers situation where he's just, he gonna have the numbers. He gonna have some really good teams, and they just gonna run up against some teams in the playoffs where they just ain't gonna beat them. Josh Allen just gonna be that quarterback that run up against some of these teams because the Ravens are still in the AFC. That's Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow. Who knows how good C.J. Stroud and the Texans is gonna be? Are they gonna be a staple in the AFC from this point moving forward? Who knows what the Browns are gonna do? I don't know. Did I bring up if Aaron Rodgers is gonna play the next 3-4 years? Who knows? Him being with the Jets, they're a fairly young team too. So the NFL is just only gonna get more competitive next year because a lot of these quarterbacks are gonna be back. If you want to hear me go deep into detail regarding that matchup, go listen to the Speak on It podcast. I think it was episode
Yes,
81. I went in on.
please.
I dived into that one.
No,
I
you
dove.
definitely did. So I'm going to repeat that. Go on to Speak on It podcast. It is episode 81 where it's basically served on a platter for you on why Patrick Mahomes is the best and Josh Allen is going to be backseat. But give just me a little rerun of obviously a little bit of what you said in there. Granted, I know you're rewinding, but it was fire. So that's why that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Correction, it was episode 79. But
Excuse me, 79.
But from what I seen from the game, man, I mean it looked like it was supposed to be for the Bills to win. Y'all at home, y'all finished the season well. Y'all battled all the way back to the 2 seed for this specific game to play Patrick Mahomes in your own backyard, to have your crowd into it, to have all of that. You got him in your backyard now. You locked the door behind him and see if he was gonna win. You got everything you needed. A lot of people were saying that this was one of the best Bills team. Obviously, they had some injuries on defense. I don't think it was the best Bills team, but you got Josh Allen playing at a high level. The running game as well. The Bills have not had a running back have over 1,000 yards rushing since 2013. But James Cook just did it. So now you added a guy that you can hand the ball off to, and he can actually go and get yards.
Right.
And you have 2 tight ends that you have. It was just set up for the Bills to win. But it's just something about Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, bro, the Bills had every chance to win. They had every chance. Even when they did the dumbass 4th and 5 fake punt bullshit. They still
what was
got
that?
I don't know what that was. I don't know. But they still got the ball back. Literally 2 plays after that. Off the fumble touchback, the ball that went into the end zone from Hardman, they got the ball right back. Drove the ball down the field. No. My bad. They did not drive the ball down the field immediately after that possession. They got a 3-and-out. So this is I told you when we talked prior to the game, I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a game where there ain't gonna be no 3-and-outs, bro. It ain't gonna be no 3-and-outs in this game. There were 2 3-and-outs in this game. Guess who they came from?
Bills.
It wasn't fucking Mahomes. And guess where they came at in the clutch of the game, bro? They came in the 4th quarter, bro. 2 3-and-out drives. Only 2 that happened in the game. Both of them came in the 4th quarter by Josh Allen and the Bills. And it's just like, bro, you can't have that, bro. You can't have that, bro. You had ample opportunity to take over this game. You had ample opportunity, even the last drive. Even you fumbling on the run and they getting the ball back for you. You fumble. And they fell back on the ball. So I don't want to hear no excuses about no turnovers, it was the drop catch, none of that shit. Because Diggs could have caught that ball, right? And you could have fumbled the next play. And now it's over. just like the fake punt. And the next play after that, they run it all the way down to the 3-yard line. Then immediate next play, it fumbled through the end zone. So you never know how the game gonna go. You can't say, oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
if he'd have caught that pass, they would have won. No, the fuck,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know that. You don't
Right.
know that. So he had every chance, bro. Even the field goal. I'm not blaming it on the kicker. Go score. Go be great. Go
Literally.
be great. Y'all want to keep telling me that Josh Allen is just this great guy, and I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. I do. But if you great, make that throw, brother. How
Right.
don't you make that throw to number 10 in the end zone? I
That's
don't
what I'm
want to hear
saying.
that he got bumped. I don't want to hear that shit. Because they tell me about his arm strength. They tell me about his arm and his talent and all of that. Make the throw. Make the fucking throw. If you're great.
Literally. Exactly. Patrick Mahomes will make that throw 10 times out of 10. So
I don't get it, bro.
that's man.
I just say, bro, you had plenty of opportunities in the fourth quarter to take over the game, to win a game. And I just think maybe the moment got too big for him.
Got a
Maybe the
little
moment
too
got too big.
big for him. It definitely
Just maybe.
did.
So, like all these people talking about he played spectacular, bruh. He had 26 completions. 16 of them was behind the line of scrimmage. 16 were bubbles and screens and flare routes.
It's
He
like a
only
run
completed
play.
two.
It's
Bro,
a run play.
he only completed 2 passes longer than 5 yards the entire game. So out of the 26 completions, 24 of them was 5 yards or less. And this is Josh Allen we talking about.
This is your
That's
top
not.
five. This is your top five guy. The guy is not a top 5 quarterback, bro. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, who else you gonna put over him? Dak?
Kirk Cousins, if he was healthy.
You putting Kirk?
Dak might be. I might put Dak over him, to be honest.
Nope, I'm not doing that. I
But
ain't
it's
doing
just
that.
so irritating. It's irritating to see a guy that is, in that conversation and then him to not make the plays or the throws, because if you're in a top 5 quarterback discussion, you are doing everything correctly. Regardless, again, those little like short, and that's crazy that you had that stat. And again, please, I can't beg you enough to go listen to episode 79 on Speak on a Podcast, because it was in depth on what Josh Allen is. It's in depth on what he is. He's a good regular season top 5 quarterback. But again, when it comes to playoffs, it's the same things that we get when he plays the Chiefs or whatever. It's just this game, he needed to make that throw. He didn't complete. Are they scared to let him throw deep down the field? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because once I see someone just throwing little, I would say, not say Tom Brady-esque passes where it's just behind there, like, are you just only letting him do that because you don't trust him to throw the ball down the field? Or you don't trust him to throw a curl route? You don't trust him to throw a dig route? Is he not, elevated to do that? So if you are hindering him by not letting him do that or have him play, how is he a top 5 quarterback? How is he going to do what he does? Clearly, it didn't make any sense when he missed the guy wide open. He has this cannon of an arm, right? That's what I've been hearing ever since he's came into the league. Where was that on display? Where was the whole mentality that I'm going to figure it out, that we're going to win this game? Bro, you were at the crib. You were at the crib. You lost. You looked terrible, to be honest, looking janky, just like the normal things you do. You're running with the football. You have, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same Josh Allen bullshit. And I'm done with it, bro. Like, I'm very done with that. Like, this coming year, when I go ahead and sit down and look at all the quarterbacks, he's already not going to be in my top 5. But it's just, this is making it more hard for me to respect him when it comes to putting him in that top 5 category, because he's not in that top 5 category.
Hey, guys are creeping up. CJ Stroud.
Quick.
Let's see how Caleb Williams will be this year. The rookie from USC. Let's see how he's gonna be. Let's see how Jaden Daniels is gonna be. Even Drake May. I don't know how these guys are gonna be, but we're gonna see this year. It's just, man, I don't know. I just don't understand how you missed that last throw when that's the only receiver you was looking at the whole play. You were looking there
And
the whole time. He didn't even look at Stephon Diggs coming across on the under route, which he should have threw it.
no,
And maybe it's an easier field goal if he's 7, 8 yards closer. But that's neither
who are
here nor
we?
there.
Who were we? Who were we? I guess
I don't know shit. I ain't
I
play.
don't know shit
I played
either.
quarterback. I played quarterback in high school, but I played quarterback. I made some tough throws. I won some big games. You feel me? But I ain't Josh Allen though. I don't know. I'd rather be me though. But it is what it is. He just
It's disgusting.
he's more of a he's one of those. I said this in my other podcast. I said you know how people talk about Lamar as far as like he's make comments like he's not quarterbacky enough or he's a running quarterback and all of these things. I think Josh Allen. I think we need to enter Josh Allen into that conversation and remove Lamar out of there because I seen a dude
Absolutely.
3rd and 8s and 3rd and 9s and 3rd and 10s and 3rd and 11s that literally just trying to run the ball. He's not trying to look downfield and make a dig route off the over route or throw an over route or throw a post route or throw a out route. He's not trying to do that. He's trying to let y'all motherfuckers run downfield and him find a scene where he can run the ball. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And to just go ahead and put a cap on this, we definitely need to have the conversation when they talk about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. That needs to stop. That needs to be nipped in the bud immediately. I don't want to have no comparison, this, that, no nothing.
Yeah,
Because
Lamar is better than Josh Allen.
Lamar is
Period.
way better than Josh Allen, hands down. And if you want my honest opinion, he would have made that throw or made the right decision, either throwing the ball to 10 on a line and showing his arm. And that's the thing that
He
people
would have
don't
made
go
a
ahead and
play.
talk about.
He would have made a
There we go.
play.
There we go. That's what it
You
comes
hear?
down to, right?
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really that simple, bro. He would have made a play instead of making a terrible throw in a clutch time.
And we're going to carry on because that's exactly what it is. But yeah, so we have games obviously this weekend, championship. NFC, Lions versus San Francisco. You already know I got the Lions. I think they play, is that a prime time or is that like a little noon game or something like that, like 2 o'clock?
No, all them motherfuckers. I mean, both of them prime time. I think the
Both in
first
prime
AFC
time?
Championship in the NFC
Okay.
Championship is at 6.
But it's going
So
down. You already know who I
the Lions,
got.
huh?
I said, you already know who I got, but carry on. What were you about to say?
No,
I'm
I was
about
about
to
to say the
see.
Lions play at 6. They play at 6:30, but it'll be 3:30 there because they play at
Yep.
San Francisco 3 hours back. So they'd be 3:30 there. But the Ravens and the Chiefs play at 3 o'clock on Sunday. That's the first
Yep.
game.
Yes, sir. Sunday. Yeah. Sunday's locked and loaded, man. Hey, I already told you who I got. I don't care about the goddamn bets, no nothing. I want the Lions to go ahead and win this thing. And I want them to get in that Super Bowl.
Okay.
But the game prior to that, Chiefs versus Ravens, that's going to be a very good game. I want Lamar to win that one as well. I want Lamar to come out on top, even though he's going against a guy that's been in this position multiple times. And Patrick Mahomes, obviously Andy Reid, all those guys, but I want the Ravens to win that one. But it's going to be
6 straight.
it's going to be a great Sunday and a lot of great football from 2 to 11 p.m., to be honest. So,
Question.
yeah.
Question. Well, ain't really a question. It's kind of a statement. Okay. The Kansas City Ravens team. Which is the best team? Or which is the better team?
The better team are the Ravens. And the
Who
only
has
reason
the
why I
best?
say that is because they're complete on both ends. They have Lamar Jackson in the playmaker to where if anything goes wrong or you need someone again to make a play, because that's what it comes down to, he's going to do that. He will go ahead and he's seen now, he's taken the burden. And this is what I just saw the previous game with the Texans. You see that he is going to be the one when the name needs to be called to make a play, he's going to just do it himself. He's not going to go ahead and shy away from it. He ain't going to go ahead and not take risks or make the throw or use his God-given abilities to run. So that's the guy on offense that I feel, that is going to be good in regards to them being a solid offense because they do have pieces around them. Right? They got Bateman, they got Odell, they got Flowers. They do have a running game. They got Cook there as well, who's going to go ahead and get you some tough yards. They showcased that against the Texans. They have a complete team on offense. And then on defense, don't even get me started on defense. They got that D-line who's playing very high right now. They got Clowney that's balling right now, getting to the quarterback and disturbing any type of
Run game
quarterback's rhythm. He is tripping right now. And then on top of that, you got back end number 0, I forget his name, playing like Ray Lewis. He's doing what he needs to do on that in that middle to go ahead and protect the run and run sideline to sideline. And then the secondary doing their thing as well. I really like, as a Hamilton, is he a rookie that 14, tall as hell? He plays the nickel, I think.
Second year.
No, that boy be balling. So it's tough because Kansas City really ain't got nobody at the wide receiver position. It's really only Kelsey. So you're telling me if they only have Kelsey, that's their deepest threat guy, and they're going to go ahead and double him, they're going to take him out the game. If they exit him out the game, I'm not putting anything past Patrick Mahomes. I know they got Rice and everything, besides Kelsey. But if they go ahead and do that, that guy's never been in that type of atmosphere. Rice playing in those, those little 5-yard catches, he may drop one and be like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a game within the game. Is he going to go ahead and bounce back and do what he needs to do? He gets the ball again because Patrick Mahomes is going to throw it to him again. He goes ahead and has an opportunity to go ahead and make up for the first one. What if he drops that one? So he's getting implemented into a playoff, this is all on the line atmosphere. I know it was all on the line against the Buffalo Bills, and he played very well, Rice did, but this is just another level. So it can go either way, but I think the Ravens are the better team here.
Okay. The Ravens have the better offense. They have the better defense. And I think they have the better special teams with Tucker and Duvernay and Wallace returning the balls on punt return and kick return. The Ravens this year has been, let's just say they've been an A+ team, like A+. At their best, they've been an A+.
Right.
At the Ravens' worst, they've been a B+. The 3 losses they have, they shouldn't even lost. They was up in all of them games. They shouldn't even lost them. It was just some bullshit, some early season shit. 2 of their losses came in the first 5 weeks of the season. So they have 1 loss in the last, 12 weeks? 1 loss.
Yep.
So at their worst, they're B+. At the Chiefs' best this year, at their best, I'm going to give them, I might give them C+, B-, bro, at their best. And I'm really leaning to C+ because they couldn't do, they was handicapped this year. They was really having, it was looking bad for the Chiefs this year. And the wins that they had in the playoffs, not taking away nothing from what they did and how they performed, but they played a Miami Dolphins team that was fucking depleted, injured everywhere.
Right.
Their entire defense was injured. Entire defense was injured. Then they played a Bills team where they got that guy at quarterback that really hasn't, figured it all the way out yet.
Right.
A defense was depleted as well. So at their worst, they was like a what? They was like a D+, damn near a D.
For
at
real.
their worst. So even at the Ravens' worst, B+, it's still the Chiefs at their best won't even beat them, brother. It would surprise me if the Chiefs won on Sunday, and not it won't surprise me because they got Patrick Mahomes, because we know Patrick Mahomes. But bro, people got to get open. People got to catch the ball. The Ravens have not gave up 300 yards passing. They only gave up three. They only had a quarterback throw for over 300 yards 2 games this year, 2, and one of them was against Jared Goff when they was whooping their ass the entire game. So they had to throw the ball down the field or whatever. In that game, they beat them 38-6. So them yards don't even matter. And they had weapons. And the other one came against the Rams. They had weapons. They had Matt Stafford, Kupp, Nakua, Kyren Williams. They had weapons. So I can see why they did their thing. But The Chiefs don't have a lot of guys that can go out there and just beat the Ravens. They don't. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to barely throw for 200 yards. Barely. I don't see no receiver catching over 70 yards. Not one of them. Kelsey, and I don't see them running the ball either. You see where I'm getting to at this? You see where I'm getting to?
You're
I
basically
feel
saying
like,
that the Ravens are going to dog walk the Chiefs, basically, is
dog,
what I'm hearing.
bro.
That's what I'm hearing.
If the Ravens come out and play Ravens football, they are gonna beat the shit out of the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been a bad team this year. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the Ravens are gonna score. This is my last little stat. I had this little stat. The Chiefs scored 20 points or less in 9 games this year. Like in 9 games they scored 20 or less. This is the Patrick Mahomes offense. They only scored 30 points in 2 games this year. The Chiefs. They only scored 30 or more in 2 games. So they scored 20 or less in 9 games, 30 or more in 2 games. The Ravens they scored 30 points or more in 9 games. And for 12 games or less, they allowed 20 points or less. 12 games. And in 6 of those 12 games, they didn't allow double digits, bro. If they go out there and play their game, if Bateman, all of those guys make plays, do their thing, the run game going, I think the Ravens are going to score 30 plus points, and I think the Chiefs are going to score less than 20. So you picture that how you want to picture that. You already know who I'm rolling with. And I love Mahomes, of course.
I love Mahomes
But
too.
I
I
want to
love him
see
to death.
Lamar get a championship. So
Absolutely.
that's what I'm on.
Yeah, no, and I think that's exactly where I'm right with you on that. I think, like you said, if they've been tough at home, Lamar and the guys at the crib have been unstoppable. If they come out, do what they need to do, and that defense is already on it, third down, getting off the field, creating havoc, flying around, making plays, atmosphere's live, which it will be. I see the Ravens really taking care of this team easy. But we shall see, though. Going to be a great Sunday for some football. Appreciate you guys. Obviously, the season's coming up, for rocking with us, for the people that have tuned in. Obviously, we're going to continue this good old movement we got going on here. But let's go ahead and switch over to gears here and talk about the NBA. There's been a hot topic that has been talked about, I think, this week, and I've seen it on, Stephen A's show, seen it on ESPN, seen it on Twitter. They're trying to say, do you put Kevin Durant in the GOAT conversation? Go ahead.
I'm gonna be brief because I don't really even. I want to hear your take on this. I don't
You want
really
to hear
got
my
a lot.
take? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't think so. Nope.
Okay.
That's it. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great scorer, but I don't think he should. I don't think your talent or your skill level should put you in a conversation that you shouldn't be in. Because GOAT, that's greatness, that's winning, that's leadership, that's all of the above, not just one of the above or two of the above, and how your career went. Like, bro, he left a team and went to another team that was the best team in the league and won 2 rings. I don't even count those 2 rings like that. Like, yeah, y'all got them, but I'm looking like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all was weak. That was weak. Even if you go out and get another one on your own, it's still like, bro, that was weak as hell. Like, you still did what you did. That don't take away from you being a great player. But GOAT conversation, bro, going on. Just try to get in the top 10. How about that? Try to get in the top 10.
That's real.
But
That's
you go
real.
ahead, because you want to talk about it.
So this is kind of like, for me, and I know like GOAT conversation can be skewed, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. We all talk about, what did you do in the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? When he was with the Warriors at that time, I believe so. They won 2, I want to say.
Yeah.
Did they win 2? They won 2, and I think he was both MVP back-to-back times, wasn't he? For the Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So what that happens to me when I think of that, and I'm just going to go right there and just talk about that real quick, because if this goes hand in hand, because if the Warriors, I feel, and especially Bron playing the way he was playing, let's go ahead and go back to where, Prime example when they go ahead and put Steph Curry on where he is right now. If Kyrie Irving didn't go ahead and mess his knee up in that series, I firmly believe that the Cavaliers would have won that.
Amen.
Because Kyrie Irving was was going crazy. And then when he did come back, right, him and Brown went ahead and did their thing. So either way, if you want to look at it that if KD had joined the Warriors, or the Warriors needed him, he went ahead and shut up all that critic due to him winning the MVP in the finals. It wasn't Steph Curry. It wasn't Klay Thompson. It wasn't Draymond Green. It was none of them. It was Kevin Durant that won that. And if he didn't go there, they would have never won them championships. Point blank, period. I don't care if you want to sit there and say Steph Curry, Steph Curry, this, that, and the third. Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about this then. What happened when they played the Cavaliers, when Bron and them won it? Kyrie Irving put him to sleep, did what he did on that, hit the shot, boom, they won the championship, moving on. All I'm saying is that critical point in Kevin Durant's career, regardless what he did, he was fooling in OKC. He was the head man there. They came up short, whatever. All I'm saying is that needs to be accounted for. And I don't know why people are overlooking that, because there's a lot of scenarios for a lot of guys that are now in the top 75 that we need to go ahead and really just be okay. Like, yeah, you're in the top 75, but that needs to be evaluated. Like the fact that Kyrie Irving wasn't on that top 75 is crazy. Because if we're talking about skill and we're talking about basketball, he needs to be in there. There's no one that can check him in the NBA. Nobody. And that's the same thing with Kevin Durant. The man can shoot over you, this, that, and the third. Yes, we know his God-given abilities. I understand that. And we know the second half of his career has been shaky. But another point, if his foot was not on the line against the Bucks, Giannis wouldn't be in the position that he's in. Real shit. Real rap. So all I'm saying is that Kevin Durant is definitely in the GOAT conversation. I'm standing firm to my guns on that, because if you want to go ahead, let's not just antagonize this one person. Let's take these blinders off and look open to what the hell's going on in the NBA and what has been happening in the NBA. If them motherfuckers didn't get hurt in Brooklyn, if Kyrie didn't get hurt and all this other stuff, obviously everything factors in. Injuries, I get it. But that man, Kevin Durant, can do whatever he wants to do on that court. And that's my spiel on it, because I'm sick and tired of seeing these guys, oh, he's not this, that, and the third. He's not a well, you're the type of person then that go ahead and look at the top 75 and says it's good, but then you have Kyrie Irving that you just don't want to put in there, or you have some narrative on him to go ahead and not be in that top 75, or you talk about Jokic, that has won one, who, granted, last time I checked, KD has two. He has two. So it's like it's just a whole just weird narrative to me. And I rock with KD. I love what KD's about. I love him off the court. I love his humor. And this is no knock against it, because I truly respect him and what he's done, because he's been doing this shit since goddamn 08, okay? And it's 2024. And he's been averaging 27 points, been shooting at least 50 from the field, been shooting at least 38% from the three. And when you called on him in big games to make plays, he's been trying, in playoffs or whatever, he's been making plays. So Kevin Durant, brother, you deserve to be in the GOAT conversation. I hope you see this one day. We can go ahead, you know what I'm saying? I know we all know what KD be on. If y'all saw the interviews, I got a good lounge here in Minneapolis, brother. We could chill, put a couple of, in the air. But this whole KD mess of him not being a GOAT conversation is crazy to me, bro. Like, you're slapping a man that has really put in his time and his, he put his time into this shit, and he deserves to go ahead and have the recognition. And people are looking over that. And I think a lot of people, it's the same thing. I'm not saying he's Bron, but it's the same thing with Bron. When Bron was going through that whole situation, like, oh, he's not going to prove himself. I understand, the Suns team loaded. Nets team was loaded. But you got to go ahead and factor everything that happened in that season to that man with the team. He had to basically carry the goddamn Brooklyn Nets, and he almost did that shit. He almost took that team, if his foot was not a centimeter behind the three-point line, to the finals, and they would have won that shit because the goddamn Suns were trash. You kidding me? You think that number one, he would have went through every one-on-one book, whoever it was, would have shredded them. He would have dropped some Bron numbers like it was when he was with him when it was against the when it was just him against the Warriors and he had nobody. All I'm saying is, man, KD, you know I'm rocking with you, bro. Slim Reaper, boy, you crazy, and you definitely deserve to be in the GOAT conversation. And I'm gonna leave my piece right there and just sit right there on that because there's a lot of shit that needs to be factored in, and these people that don't look at everything, in my eyes, and me talking personally, that's just how I feel.
All right, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna enter the convo a little bit. I'll be brief.
Oh no,
I
brother.
heard.
Don't be brief because I will just talk to me how it is because I just feel like I'm going crazy because it's just like I don't hear like what I just said. I don't hear people talking about that. Like we forget about that situation on what it was, not just only for Kevin Durant, but for the whole team and the Warriors. But also on top of that, what it was for individual players at that particular time in their career.
I
But go
would
ahead.
say. I would say. I think people have made a GOAT conversation just specifically about rings, and I'm one of the people that I don't think is just specifically about the rings, bro. The
Mm-hmm.
rings are great. I do
Right.
think the rings are great. I think it adds that much more incentive on top of it. But I think the greatest player of all time, it has. I just think it's about your ability, the way you perform, and then all the accolades that come with that, they come with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because there was actually people that was saying, the whole Larry Bird thing and saying, oh, Michael Jordan was God in shoes. This was in like '87. This was before he even won a ring. So
Right.
they was already calling him this great GOAT player before he even won a ring.
Right.
So I think when you say GOAT, you mean the greatest player of all time. There's only one. And I know this conversation has funded so many shows of the fucking world, and we're gonna continue to
Man.
talk about it.
So many, bro. Like so many.
Yeah, so it's just something to talk about. It's something to continue to throw off the wall and see what sticks. And see, different generations gonna like different things, and they're gonna like different people. Maybe people that was calling Jordan the GOAT, they was able to actually see it in real time. Jordan had a ring in '92 when I was born. So it's like, you feel me? Like I don't remember seeing Jordan like that because I was 3, 4, 5 years old. I didn't really, you feel me? But I watched LeBron. I
Hello.
think in this era of basketball, from the time I really started watching basketball, I would probably say around 2002. 2002. I mean, I was playing NBA Live and shit. 2001, 2000 Live, 2002, 2003. That for sure.
Right.
Dreamcast. I would say from 2001 to now, the best players I've seen in my eyes, I would say, bro, the two best players I've seen in my eyes. And I'll be on KD, but I think KD is a great player, bro. I think he is. I think because the game is about putting it in the basket.
Right.
That's what it's about. Like I understand all other shit, but it's really about putting the ball in the basket.
That's
You
all it
place
is.
KD, you put KD in the '80s. You put KD and Brian in the '80s, then we're gonna be talking about they gonna win 10 rings. They're gonna be going back and forth, back and forth. Ain't nobody else gonna win but them two, back and forth. Nobody. So, but now we're at a deeper league. The European guys are more in this league nowadays. Back then it was just Tony Kukoc, and that was in '95. What 95, '96. Now
Mm-hmm.
you got Giannis, Shea, Embiid, uh, Joker, all of these Luca, all of these guys that's super special, bro. The league is deeper now. I think KD is great, bro. And like I said, the two best guys is KD and LeBron James. From the time they came into the league from 2003 all of the time I've been watching basketball, and when KD came in the league, through the Steph Currys, the T Macs, the Paul Georges, the Kyrie Irvings, the James Hardens, the Kawhi Leonards, the two best players I've seen with my own eyes has been Kevin Durant and LeBron James. And I talk shit about Kevin Durant, I do, but I'm not disrespecting his game. I might talk shit about the decisions he made and how I
Right.
think this and that. I'm not taking away from what he done on the court though, because that shit is super special.
Right.
And even we probably not gonna see that no more. Like we might not ever see another Brian and KD. Like they passion towards the game. Them guys being like winners. Like even though Kevin Durant ain't won a lot, he still attacked the game. Every game like a winner. Like every
Right.
game he about to get your ass buckets.
Right.
Every single game. No matter who's guarding them, no matter who's playing. So I respect KD on that level. When we talk about the GOAT, I mean, he still has a lot of his career left. He still got a lot of his career left to fucking play. So I think he has to do some more to be in that conversation, but I don't think he's out of it. I think he's closer than, because I don't just go by just rings. I think he's closer
Right.
than Steph because he's a better player than Steph. I think he may
Absolutely.
be closer than Kobe Bryant. I think he may be closer than Kobe because he's Kevin fucking Durant.
Right.
So I think he just entered himself into the conversation. Like, I think he will bust Larry Bird ass, Magic ass, Jordan ass, Scottie Pippen ass. I think he bust all of their ass.
Bro, real shit, to be honest with you, he gonna get Brown buckets too. He's
Yeah,
had
he'll get Brian.
before. He has before.
Yeah, he would get Brian buckets. But what I will say is every single finals LeBron James has been in, he's been the best player on the court.
Oh, absolutely. That's a hell yeah. Absolutely.
And he was on the court with him and Steph Curry.
Yes.
And he was the best, and LeBron James was the best player. So that's why I say LeBron is the GOAT to me. I think LeBron is the GOAT, but I think, like, hearing you talk about it and me taking my bias away from him going to the Warriors, it making me look at the whole picture, and I'm like, I think KD just had a conversation. I think he just walked in the room with a spiffy in his hand.
No, for real though. Like people be like, and it's crazy because like when you see guys like Kevin Durant, like obviously he has an unreal team behind him. You know what I'm saying, and what he's doing with his obviously point of view. I think it's like boardroom. I don't know what it's called. I could be saying the name wrong, but he has his own stuff that he talks about and things like that. But it's like when you have someone go ahead and tweet and be like, "Man, what's you like?" Tweeting at someone that he knows, like, "Man, what you on?" You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you saying some dumb shit like this? You know what I'm saying? That makes me now like, it's just crazy that everyone is trying to go ahead and make a story or nitpick or just say some bullshit that's not the truth. Like, he is, again, and I'm right with you on it. It is Bron and him, like in my own eyes, because I remember watching vividly when LeBron was with Miami and they faced OKC and they obviously beat them to get a ship, but it was like I'm strictly watching in that time the two best players in the NBA go head to head every night and drop 30 every night on each other. I'm like, bro, this is a blessing to watch, bro. We are not going to get this type of play from these two guys, or we're going to get this play, but we're not going to have this two type of high caliber guys compete every single night like they did in the finals.
I don't think we're gonna get these type of two guys at all ever again. I think they came in at the right time where the league was still serious and it wasn't like, you know, how it is now. It's kind of like everybody got a shoe now. You feel me? It's kind of like the money has taken over the game. Like these guys making $300 million. Guy number twos on teams making $300 million. It's like it's more about the bread right now. It's not really about winning, bro.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, like, I watch the games and I just be looking like, bro, this shit boring, bro. This
Right.
shit boring, bro. This season has been boring, bro. And
Yeah.
I watch basketball, bro. Like I watch the shit. Like I care about it. You feel me? Like I watch games. Like when it's a big game, or I guess supposedly a big game, I'm watching. But you got guys resting all the time. Like they ain't really straining no more.
Nope.
Motherfuckers on minutes restrictions. It's all type of bullshit that's going on with the game right now. And I'm just not a fan of it. And I don't think it's gonna go back. Like I don't think it's going backwards. The most exciting player in the NBA right now to me is out for the year. Ja Morant, he out. Shea is nice, but Shea was on ESPN last night. I
Okay,
didn't
look.
watch not 1 second of that game.
Nobody gonna watch San Antonio Spurs, bro. I'm sorry. No one's gonna watch Wembanyama like you're trying to make it like he's the next best thing. He's a guy, God-given ability, unreal to watch, very skilled, but come on, bro. That's
It's
gonna
like
be a
they just
prime time game. That's
they
gonna be a
trying to
prime
sell
time game. They trying to
they
really
sell
prime
the game.
time the Spurs right now. Like they're about to go to the finals and have Wembanyama be the face of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very weird right now, bro. Like it's
I mean it's
very
more
weird.
market. They gonna do that. Like they brought him into the
Right.
league. They make money off him. They gonna market him. They gonna put him out there. They want him. They want it to be his league. And I'm not saying it won't be, because I think I think he's good. But the NBA is just so fucking. It's bro. Like I said, I think the talent in the NBA is as talented as it's been. You feel me? I think the talent is there. I think the depth of some of these teams are there. But
Right.
when you talk about skill and winner's mentality or competition, like really competing, I don't see it in the NBA, bro. You might get Ant Edwards sometimes, but I don't think like we need a villain. We need a Kobe where he's just like, bro, fuck all of y'all. I don't want to be friends with none of y'all. I don't want to be friends with none of y'all. I don't want to go out with none of y'all. I don't want to do nothing with none of y'all. We might get cool after I retire. But while I'm playing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to work out with y'all. I don't want to do none of that. Giannis might do it, but Giannis ain't skilled like Kobe.
He has
And
no bag.
bro, Kobe wouldn't be sitting here dancing how these motherfuckers dancing now. Like,
Whoa,
I
did
ain't
you
saying
see that bullshit last night?
that's just what we in, bro. That's just the vibe we in, bro. It's just like it's weird, bro. Y'all boy Giannis out here getting coaches fired left and right now, bro. 2 coaches
Well, no,
fired in
he's
7 months.
first off, he made that choice. Now, you know what's crazy? Now that I look at it even more in depth, hey, brother, you made this choice to bring this guy in. We had a laundry list full of great head coaches this offseason that we could have got. So now, you know what? I'm on your ass. Since you want to go ahead and now, Doc Rivers coming in, it ain't even on Doc Rivers. It's on you, brother. I want you now to show me that you got a bag. Because the thing is that now that Milwaukee is basically grandfathered you in to make these decisions, now you better start playing like an MVP, and you better start playing that guy that I saw against the Phoenix Suns to close the game out. Give me 50 and 10, 50, 10, and 10 every night when it comes to that crunch time, because clearly we looked horrible on defense. Even though we're second or third, we are horrible on defense. My buddy James Munchow doesn't know nothing about basketball, okay? When he has to go ahead and bring up and say, isn't it kind of bad that we have to run a 2-3 zone in the second half because we can't get back on defense? I'm like, James, you know what, brother? You're exactly right. We should not be playing a 2-3 zone ever when we have goddamn Brook Lopez and Giannis in the paint. So what is that telling me? That's telling me that they are not willing to go ahead and get their sleeves up and play some defense. Because what happened? We had Drew Holiday that made it easy last year because he was good at what he did. Communication,
On the
letting guys know
perimeter.
where they need to be. Huh?
They don't have perimeter. They don't have no perimeter defender. You got
None.
Middleton and Dame Lillard. They got
They're
that's
not playing defense.
like
They're
having
not playing
D'Lo and
defense.
Austin Reeves on the perimeter. That's the same thing as having
Exactly.
D'Lo and Austin Reeves. Everybody able to just get right past him,
Absolutely.
and get to the paint.
But again, now you need to roll your sleeves up because you are now the last line of defense. So you need to play balls to the wall like you normally do every play. But now it needs to be more on the defensive end because we don't have that. So it's going to be interesting with this whole Doc Rivers situation, but I need to see extreme MVP type play out of Giannis for this little 2 weeks break before the little All-Star game comes up. And when that second half of the season rolls around, boy, you better be on fire, because it ain't on Doc Rivers. It ain't on Damian Lillard. It's on you to figure this out.
Another thing, the teams in the East are very guard-eccentric. So these teams are going to be able to get into the paint, and they can score. Like in the East, Tyrese Halliburton, Jimmy Butler they the 6th seed right now. Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier and Tyler Hero.
Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Like, there's a whole list, laundry guys.
Donovan Mitchell.
Like
Jalen Brunson.
You can list.
And they're not going to get better on the perimeter.
Right.
The Bucks, like, I don't see a trade they can make that's going to make them better on. Motherfuckers usually don't trade for guys. Like, you might catch a guy in a buyout that might be all right, but you ain't about to trade for no defensive guy. And that hurt them. That hurt them for sure. So, they might get beat in the first round.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
They might not even make it to them. They might not even make it to them.
We're gonna have a hard time playing the Pacers, bro. We're gonna have a hard time.
And the Pacers got Siakam now, so that's another slasher that can do something. What y'all gonna do with Halliburton? What y'all gonna do with Terrence Maxey? What y'all gonna do with
We'll let them get off.
And that ain't gonna help y'all. Because that's gonna put more pressure on Dame Lillard. Not Dame Lillard gonna have to score. He gonna have to score and guard. That was the only negative I felt like with them getting Dame Lillard, because I knew it would affect their defense. And y'all, you traded your best defender. Like, nigga, last year we watched Drew Holiday guard Jimmy Butler the whole time. We never seen Giannis get on Jimmy Butler not one time. So he's more
Let me ask one more thing to you. When is the last time you see Giannis on someone really that, like, one-on-one battles? He's always on the weak defender, always. He's never had to actually guard.
But the media and everybody go at Anthony Davis. They go at him. I ain't never seen Giannis check Joker or Embiid and then lock him up or lock them. I ain't never seen that. But we go at Anthony Davis when Anthony Davis don't do shit but, bro, be the best defender in the NBA. He should win Defensive Player of the Year this year. Period.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, no, that's it, man. That I just wanted to talk about that Kevin Durant, and obviously stemmed into some more good stuff. But for my good people, man, we appreciate you tuning in. RJ Sheldon here, obviously Tony Lippett. You can go and see him on his Speak on It podcast. He's had so many great episodes out that have went down this past week, this week. Take us out to this good, wonderful weekend. You see it there. Speak on a podcast, Spotify, man. Spotify, can we get like an ad or something? Riverside, like, can we get some? Can we get a little Woody Whoop sponsorship or something?
Don't worry about
something.
It's gonna be here. It's gonna be.
But take us out, brother.
Nothing, man. Take care of yourselves, man. Drink y'all water. Enjoy this weekend of football. It's gonna be great. Hopefully we get a Detroit Lions, Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl. That's what I would love to see. Love it. And who knows, man? We may get a Lions Chiefs. Like I said at the beginning of the year. Hey, I don't want that.
That made me know something.
I don't want that, though. I don't want that shit. I want Ravens Lions. That's a win-win for the kids. But that's it, man.
Absolutely. You guys go ahead and have a great weekend. Football's upon us. Obviously, basketball as well. But Sunday's going to be the day to go down. Go Lions. We will see y'all next week. Peace out.
Yeah.